In this episode of Explore Omaha, I had the pleasure of speaking with Eric Lundstrom from First National Bank about home loans. Eric, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you, buddy?
It's good to see you.
Good to see you.
Hey, I have a question for you. In my business, I get asked about interest rates a lot. Like, what are they doing? Or how can I know what interest rate I'm going to qualify for?
Yep.
Can you give me some insights into interest rates?
Yeah, there's a lot of different ways to go about interest rates. The most simple way to look at it is what type of loan are you going for? Do you have good credit scores, down payment? Those can be your big factors on your interest rates.
Some people come to me and they say, I saw a 5% mortgage online. FNBO is offering me 6%. Why is it that they're finding these teaser rates on the internet?
Yeah, a lot of places out there will have hidden fees in their interest rates, so they'll charge extra fees to get that lower rate. So it's very important to know what you're qualifying for on that rate. So if they have points in there, a point is going to be a percentage of your loan amount. So the more points you pay, the more fees you're going to pay. And so it's important to know what's included in that interest rate you're getting.
So if someone comes to me and says, I found a 5% rate, would you be willing to look it over for someone else?
Absolutely. I love being a second opinion for anybody, whether I get their loan or not. If I can help someone just educate them and get the best deal for them, I'm happy to do that. So yeah, bring me a cost sheet. Let's look at it and make sure you understand the whole process, because sometimes online lenders, you don't get to talk to nobody.
And then credit score plays a part in the interest rate that one's going to get, correct?
Absolutely it does, yep. So conventional loans are going to be more tied to your credit score. So the higher your credit score is, the better your rate's going to be.
Okay. If someone is on the cusp of trying to get a loan and their credit score is just below what your requirement is, can you help them or coach them along on how to improve that?
Absolutely. I've been doing this for 18 years in the business. The most important thing to do is when you get the credit report, make sure everything is accurate. There's no accounts out there that you're not aware of. Is there a collection out there that you're not aware of or anything like that? Let's go through it, make sure everything looks accurate and makes sense. And then let's dive into each credit line and say, okay, can we pay down some debt, or pay off a credit card to improve your credit scores?
So assuming they qualify for a loan with you and you give them a pre-approval letter, how long does that pre-approval letter last?
It's good for 4 months. And not most days, it doesn't take that long to buy a house, but in the last, year or so, it's changed. So if it takes someone longer than 4 months to find a house, if that buyer calls up and say, hey, I need to update my pre-approval letter, we'll make sure they're still employed, assets are still good, re-pull their credit report. If all that looks good, we can reissue another pre-approval.
So you'd mentioned conventional loans.
Yep.
Do you have any other types of loans that you offer?
Yeah, we also offer FHA, which is another good program out there. A lot of people think it's more for first-time home buyers. It's not. FHA will allow you to get into a house with about 3.5% minimum down payment. You can get approved with a little bit higher debt-to-income ratio and a little bit lower credit score. So it's a good program out there for a lot of people.
And then you also work with veterans, I assume?
Correct. Yeah, we do VA loans as well, and that's for any veteran that's currently in the military or has been in the military that has a certificate of eligibility. Veterans can get into a loan or into a house with no money down, just their closing costs for the loan.
Do all of those loans have mortgage insurance?
Conventional loans and FHA loans do. Conventional loans, depending on how much money you put down. If you put 20% down or more, you do not have to have mortgage insurance. FHA, no matter how much you put down, that mortgage insurance is on there for the life of the loan.
And then VA, of course, they don't pay any mortgage
Correct. Yeah, no mortgage insurance for VA loans.
So someone's thinking of getting a house. What do you recommend their best first step is?
Always contact a lender. For me personally, I think it's best to go out and sit down and talk to someone face to face, get to know that lender, let them know you and your goals, build some rapport. It's important to know who you're working with. This is a big, purchase you're making. You want to have a good relationship with your lender who you trust, also your real estate agent. So, meet with your lender, get your goals figured out, get yourself a pre-approval letter, and then go find your realtor and start shopping for houses.
I think that's important because you would not want to find the home you love and then not be able to qualify for that house.
Yes, that's happened a lot in the past. And, I've seen a lot of people cry across the table, and they come to me, hey, we found a house we want to buy, and I have to tell them they can't get it, and that's not a lot of fun.
Yeah, I generally tell people the same advice. Go talk to a good lender, get your pre-approval, then we can go shopping with confidence. It also makes the homeowner that you're buying from more confident in you as well.
Absolutely, and the more work you do up front with your lender, the easier the process is going to be. I mean, if you talk to a lender and there's any type of questionable part of your file, have an underwriter go through and review it, sign off on it, and then go look. That way, the hard part's done. Everything's been signed off and approved. When you're out looking for houses, you don't have to worry about, I hope my underwriter doesn't, have a problem with this.
And you guys are always there after closing.
Yes,
you
absolutely.
Service your loans at the bank, at the branches, and someone can come right in and talk to you whenever they need to.
So that's the nice part about First National. We service all of our loans except for a couple, programs out there, but probably 95% of our loans we do service. So as a buyer, you'll pay First National Bank your monthly mortgage payment every month. We'll handle your taxes and insurance if you escrow account. And then as your lender, I'm always available for questions or concerns long after the loan closes.
What is the minimum amount of money down you have to use each type of these loans?
Yep. So as I said earlier, VA is 0% down. Conventional, you can get into it with as little as 3% down, and FHA is 3.5% of the purchase price.
Okay. Well, gosh, Eric, your mortgage knowledge always stands out to me, and it's amazing how much you know and how much you do. I appreciate you speaking with me today, and I hope if anybody's watching this, they come and have a good conversation with you.
Absolutely. I enjoy talking to you, Rich. And like I said, we can always talk to anybody that has any questions. I'm happy to do it.
Thank you, Eric.
Thank you.